Hi, everybody. I am having the nicest lunch. Look at this beautiful salad. Goodness sakes, it is time for reading already. And here I was having my lunch. And so I'm glad you tuned in so that we could read again. How's reading going for everybody? Pretty much okay? Remember, you can email me, or your parents also have my cell phone number. If you want to send me a quick little message about how things are going, or if you're watching the YouTube videos so we can read together, I would love that. So now that we're together, I'll have to finish my salad in a few minutes. You can go ahead and get your books, The Nicest Day and The Nicest Lunch. Isn't that something? I was having the nicest lunch, my big healthy salad, and that's the story we're going to read. That's pretty cool how that goes together. So here we go. We have books 177 and 178. If you want to go ahead and get those books, then I will be ready. So these books are both of these books are teaching us about when we add endings on our words. One type of ending would be EST. There's a couple rules that are important for us to remember when we add endings on words. So this word, we'll practice a little bit before we jump into our books. So this word is big. If I said, I had a big salad for lunch yesterday, but today my salad is the biggest one ever, biggest. I want to remember to add a G, another G, before I add my ending. So that double consonant reminds my vowel that it has to stay short. I'll show you another reason why we want to add another G on there. So big, my salad today is the biggest, biggest. Okay, my eyes right away go to this spelling. And let me hang up this sound spelling card for you to show you why. Another reason. Do you see this spelling right here? Okay, and that's on our Jumping Jill poster. So when we have a GE together like that, now I've just changed this sound when it was big, g, big, g, to J. Now I would blend this sound B, J, st. Okay. Another reason why we want to make sure we double that G so that this is also GE, okay? But when you add the double G on there, then this is what our eyes get used to seeing first, not this. It's confusing. But remember, the double G helps this vowel stay short. And as you get to reading, and remember I've explained before that our brain learns with patterns. This is a pattern that would stick out in my mind right away. I would see this spelling right away. My brain would. Then my brain tells my eyes what to see, and my eyes tell my mouth what to do. So this is what would stick out to me first, is this. I also have a GE here, but because we learn in patterns and we learn rules, this is what my brain would see first, is the double G as part of the base word, biggest. Let's practice another one, another rule that is super important. And this word is on our title. While I'm thinking of it, let me hang up my other poster over here. Maybe I better put it over here so I'm not sitting in front. Okay, so our gentle Cindy rules is what we call these. Okay, if you have time later today, explain gentle Cindy to your family members. I think that's one of the coolest rules we have in phonics. Is that's a fun name to call that, is gentle Cindy, and it all has to do with the E, I, and Y. So here's a word that I want to work with. So look at the E. It's telling the I to say its name. What letter is this? I. So that's the sound it's going to make when the E is silent at the end. But now this E has double duty. And it makes the S sound when that E is behind it. So it's not Nike, it's nice, because the E has made the C change its sound, just like the E made the G change its sound to J. So here we have the word nice. Let me get rid of all my arrows so you can just see the word. So here's the word nice, and I want to say Monday was the nicest day of the whole week. Nicest, the most nice out of all the days. So nicest. Okay, reading a lot. I've had a lot of practice. I'm just a few years older than you guys. So I've had a lot of practice. This is what my eyes are going to notice first. So I'm going to say nicest, E, get my vowel teams in there. And we don't want our brains to see that. So what you need to do when you're adding an ending on a word with a silent E, do you remember this rule? You need to take that E off. So nicest. Now we add our ending. This is our ending, so we got rid of that E, even though there's an E, because this is part of the ending. All right, nicest. If you have your books handy, go ahead and go to book 177, The Nicest Lunch. And if you flip to the back, those are the words that we are talking about before we read. Let's look at reddest. The base word is red, and I want to keep this E short. So I want to add another D, E, S, T. Reddest. Close. Something that is very near you is close. So if I say, I walk to my friend Katie's house because her house is the closest out of all my friends. Closest. Now see how I had to get rid of this so I could add the ending. Otherwise I would have two E's side by side, and that makes me think that that's the long vowel sound for the E's, and I don't want the long vowel sound. So I have to get rid of that E on the base word and then add my ending. Closest, meaning the most near me, the one that is the most near. And here's another one. fine, meaning nice or something that is just a-okay. So finest, the finest. Fine, I'm getting ready to write fine, but I remember I want to add an ending on there. So skip this, we want to take that off, and then est, finest. Those are some of the words that we will see in our story for the nicest lunch. Let's go ahead and get that book ready. The nicest lunch. Take a very quick little picture walk through our story. I see that there's a bear and a list with some check marks. What do you think's happening there? Go ahead and tell somebody that's sitting with you, or you can just say it out loud to yourself. So to me, it looks like maybe a little grocery list or a check off for things he wants to do today. Bread, peanut butter, and milk. Those are all things that I like. I love peanut butter. So it looks like maybe he needs to go shopping. And sure enough, look here's his grocery bag. He's got some things in there. I see the milk right here. So it looks like he picked up his groceries that were on his list and probably grabbed a bouquet of flowers that were kind of fun that he saw in the store. Here's a friend, and they're still in town here because I can see the businesses back here. They look like they're talking, pretty happy together. And here we go. Had a friend over for lunch. Wouldn't that be fun if we could be having lunch together right now in the lunchroom? Or I would be eating and you guys would be coming right from the lunchroom and you get your word cards or your phrases. Oh, I just miss you guys and I miss our routines. And okay, well, here we go. All right, you ready to read? I am too. I'm excited for this story. All right, on the cover, ready, read. The nicest lunch. They're having sandwiches. What kind of sandwiches would you guess are in this book? We did see a clue. Peanut butter sandwiches. I kind of like jelly with mine, or sometimes honey on my peanut butter too, or syrup. Peanut butter on pancakes and then put a little syrup. Oh, that'd be the nicest breakfast. Okay, the nicest lunch. Bob Brown likes to eat peanut butter. He likes milk too. Bob went to buy food to make the nicest lunch. What's our character's name? Bob Brown. Read. Bob got bread and milk. He got the biggest jar of peanut butter and the reddest jam he could find. Page 3. Then Bob met his closest pal, Rose. He said, "Will you have lunch with me?" Aww. What does it mean when he met his closest pal? Was she standing the closest to him? Or what could another meaning be for that? His closest pal, meaning the friend that he liked the best. They enjoyed each other's company the best. And I'm going to guess that Rose loves peanut butter and the reddest jelly. And that's another thing they have in common. That's why they're such good friends. Page 4, read. Bob and Rose made lunch. It was the finest lunch ever. It's nice to have lunch with a good friend said Rose. Well, that is nice to have lunch with a friend. I love that when people can get together, and I miss you guys so much, and it's just fun to make these videos, and we can at least be together this way. Okay, some of you I've seen around town too, and that's so fun to see you. Let's get going on our next book, page or number 178, and it's the EST as well. If we look to the back, let's go over some of those words. So let's start the other way. If I have a word with an ending, how would I know what that base word is? Or how do I even know how to say this word? Because cuttest, I don't even know what that word means. So when I see that EST already on there, it might be confusing, but then you kind of think backwards a little bit. If cuttest isn't a word, and actually, if cuttest was a word, I want the U short to stay short. So cuttest, let's just pretend that's a real word, which it's not. Remember, I'd have to have two T's here to keep the U short. So I know cuttest isn't a word. Do you remember what I had to do before I added my ending? So here's part of my base word. What did I have to do when I added that EST? Well, I had to get rid of the silent E on my base word. Now we know this E is bossing the U. Now the word is cute. So the most cute thing ever is the cutest. Okay, let's try another one, and we'll be working backwards to try to figure out the base word. Okay, so here, I cover up my ending, wid. Well, it can't be wid, widdest. Remember my rule about doubling the consonant to keep this vowel short. So I want to write, here's my ending. So this is the beginning of my base word before I added EST. And what did I have to get rid of on my base word? The silent E. Now I know this E makes the I say I, the long sound. So now what's this word? Wide, widest, the most thick. All right, are we getting this? And nicest is another word in our story for the nicest day. So we had the nicest on our first book about lunch. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna grab my highlighter this time. I think it's kind of fun to highlight words that might kind of trip me up, or words that I have to stop and think, let's see, what was that? Now I have to stop and slow down in my reading. So it's nice for me to go ahead and highlight those, and then when I read my book the second time, and I come to that, it's like, oh yeah, I need to be really thinking. I really need to concentrate, because this was one of those words that was tricky, but it's not going to trick you forever, right? Because practice makes progress, and then we just keep practicing, and pretty soon you don't even think about what you have to do to figure out a word. Your brain just helps you cruise on through. All right, little picture walk here. She's admiring herself in the mirror. When you want to look nice, you have to check it out in the mirror. Make sure everything looks good. All right, so her mom comes to talk to her. She loves her stuffed animals, doesn't she? You guys have a lot of stuffed animals in your room, a lot of toys. All right, and here's the same picture like we saw in the front. She's checking it out. How does my outfit look today? Pretty good. I look pretty nice. Okay, Looks like mom's having some coffee, maybe some orange juice here, some cereal. I'm going to do some predicting, probably breakfast time. So her mom must have just woke her up. Here, I'm going to go ahead and guess. It's a prediction. If I'm wrong, I just say, well, I didn't see that in the picture. And the last part, I see this sign. That tells me a lot. The 3 kids are waiting at the bus stop. Pretty nice day. They don't have coats on. Oh, I see these bubbles coming out of her head. She's thinking about swimming. Brr. And here tomorrow, on the day that I'm taping this, tomorrow it's supposed to blizzard. A winter weather is coming back. I'm not thinking about swimming. Are you? You're kidding. I am not. That'd be the last thing when I hear the news guys say, get ready for winter again. What? Winter? I don't want to get ready for winter. It should be going. Okay, if you have a highlighter, let's highlight nicest because that matches our skill up here. The nicest day. Well, maybe her nicest day is one that she can think about in her head. So I might think about taking a walk out in the Black Hills. That would be the nicest day for me. It's not going to happen for a while, but I can still think about it. I'm still dreaming about it. Okay, here we go. Ready, read. The nicest day. Annie woke up for school. Her mom came to her room and she said to dress in summer clothes. It is going to be the nicest day of the week. Nicest. That means the most nice. So you're comparing for nicest one day to all the days in the week. Not comparing just to nicest, meaning the most. I'm going to highlight nicest again. That's the word that matches our skill up here on the front. And we want to make sure that when we get to those, we remember that skill, nicest, and we just keep reading fluently. Okay, that's all I see for our EST. What is the name of our character in the nicest day? Well, we have Mom as a character, but the girl's name is Annie. And the setting where the story is happening right now is at her house or in her bedroom. Okay, page 2. Read. Annie looked at her things. She picked out her jean shorts and her red top. This is good for such a nice day. It's my cutest outfit, Annie said. What word would you highlight for our EST rule that we're practicing to read? What word did you find? You can say it. Cutest. This is my cutest outfit. Okay, so the setting is still her house. Okay, Annie and her mom are main characters. Ready? Read. Annie got dressed in a flash. She's so excited. Her mom looked at her and said, I see that you are set to enjoy the day. Annie smiled the widest smile. Let's read that sentence again. Annie smiled the widest smile. That is a girl that's really excited. And let's highlight widest. Widest smile. Ah, so excited. Okay, now our setting in our story has changed. They're outside. She is outside with her friends, not with her mom anymore in the house. So our setting can sometimes change a lot in our stories. Okay, ready? Read. Annie stepped outside to wait for the bus. Do you know what day it is? Annie asked. It's the nicest day of the week. I get to go swimming later. Well, she really does get to go. She doesn't have to just dream about making the plan for later. She really does get to go. And here we have nicest again. What are you guys dreaming about for a summer day? What's your favorite summer thing to do? Mine right now, I would be dreaming about grilling steaks outside on my grill and putting some corn on the cob with those steaks, maybe letting it smoke a little bit, the grill smoke a little bit so you get that yummy summertime flavor. I also like walking, especially in the Black Hills. We love going to Custer, South Dakota, and we just like to find a trail and walk or take some four-wheelers. That's what I'm dreaming about, would be the nicest day for me. Actually, I do like the snow too. I'm glad I live in South Dakota where we have different seasons. And it's going to be pretty tomorrow with the snow coming down. I know we don't want more snow. I know we're kind of tired of that, but and for people that are calving, yuck, to have snow and mud and cold calves, and that's not any fun, but it is sure pretty. So that is it for our reading lesson today, and I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's fun that at least we can spend these times together. So good that you're reading. Keep on working away. I'm so proud of all of you, and we'll catch you again on the next video. Bye.